Hello everyone, my name is Matt, and in this quick online class, we'll be going through how to run Facebook ads for local businesses. I've been in the automotive space for around a year and a half. I specialize in detailing shops and used car dealerships. Personally, I've spent over $400,000 on ads, and that roughly generated 3.5 million in profit. So in this webinar, I'll be going through like different types of advertisers, what is best for local businesses, what to do before, during, and after running ads. And in the end, I'll show you like my setup, including my client's dashboard. I'll walk you through metrics, KPIs, and what to watch out for if stuff is not working. So starting off with Google. This is for businesses that are more like immediate need. So think about like a plumber. You will not run Facebook ads when your toilet breaks, right? So those people tend to be very high intent, all the way to the bottom of the funnel. There is very high competition, and it's also far more expensive for Facebook. So if you're trying to run ads for like a dentist or landscaping, Facebook is your place because there you're able to get people at the top of the funnel, which also means they will be extremely cheap. How cheap? We are talking about between $2 to $10. This is more for brand awareness. Those people will need nurturing, so they might not always convert the first day, the first week, the first 2 weeks, but ultimately you're paying $2 per lead, $5 per lead compared to like $40 or $80 on Google, right? It's also far way easier to set up, and the results are immediately, right? So on Google, you have to let it learn and learn and learn. On Facebook, the day you turn on the ads, you should be able to start seeing and getting leads day one. Now, that doesn't mean that those leads will be perfect or they'll be converting right away. Facebook needs money to test. And the most common mistake people make is they use Facebook boosted posts, which by the way is like shooting a shotgun in the middle of the street. It aims for nobody. And they spend like $5 or $20 for a month, and that just leads to no results. Facebook needs at least 50 conversions to optimize, right? So if you're spending $5 a day and you're getting like 10 conversions a week, that is not enough. You need at least 50. So I would recommend budgets between $25 to $50 per day, so Facebook can play around with this, right? First month, though, is for building pipeline and nurturing those leads, right? Month two, however, after you've done some split testing, you see what kind of is working in the area, what hasn't worked, and you cut those ads short. So month two, we'll be split testing those winning ads. We'll be getting feedback from your customers. How did they feel about the ads? Why did they buy from you? Why did it go with somebody else? And we will be measuring the lead quality. Month three, we are optimizing all the winning ads. And this is the point where you will be able to just sit down and just leave those ads for like a month, 2, 3, because you already know what works. So you just double down on it. On top of this, because you let those ads sync, you will be able to focus on improving your sales process. So think about implementing landing pages, better customer experience, maybe hire someone to call those leads right away. And this way, you're spending the same amount of money on ads, but you're making more money. Now, before running any kind of ads, you should be researching your audience, then move on to creating an offer, how to do creatives and ad copy, then the actual setup, and then optimizing. So my process for researching, first, I go and look which areas to avoid and which areas to target. So nobody wants those leads that will tell you that, oh, I'm looking at the price. How much does it cost? What's the quote? So with this, with something called Justice Map, we're able to pinpoint the area your client is in or you're yourself in, and you can target them, as you can see on the left bottom of the screen, you can target them by income. So you can exclude everybody else that does not fit your criteria. If you're selling some luxury med spa treatments, you don't want to be targeting neighborhoods that never heard of any med spas, right? Next off, you have to go on Reddit and Quora. This is what I did. I started arguments on Reddit, and it was great to watch because I had no ideas what to even sell people on about the ceramic coatings, right? So I just went through this, guys, and I was asking, why should I be getting ceramic coating? Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? And I felt like 50 people defending like, yeah, you should buy it because X, Y, Z. And I've had 70 more saying, no, don't buy it. It sucks. Don't do it. So I just went there, collected all the information, and then used it as hooks on my ads, right? You can do the same thing on Quora. So with this in mind, it will be very easy for you to use any kind of ChatGPT or, just writing those copies yourself. Next up, when you already start running those ads, try and ask your customers, like, what made you click on the ads? Why did you not go with, the guy next door who's running something else? What do you like about our offer? What would you change? How do you feel about the pricing? Because you want to charge most, but you also want to have those customers. So don't go too overboard. And then what's their general view on the business? Like, for example, customers to dealerships, they always think the salespeople are, pushy, bad. So in that case, we try and push the angle of, hey, my name is Matt. We are here at a dealership XYZ. And, try and push the family angle, like we are here to help you. So building that warm image. And lastly, why would you purchase from us? And what was your experience buying from us? So then you can implement all the little things that people care about and push it to the ads. Now, testing your offer. Those two might seem like it's exactly the same thing, but they are targeting two very different types of people. So on the left-hand side, right, you've got as low as 500 and then 12 spots left. On the right-hand side, you've got 50% compared to dealership pricing, right? So the left one is scarcity. It's targeting impulse buyers. So if we are selling something for 500 bucks and there is 12 spots left, people that were considering it in the past, they'll run it. They will get it. They'll buy it right now, this week. Very short sales cycle. But they will be cheap. So they might haggle. They might say, oh, I'll pay 400. The guys on the right-hand side, though, it's compared to dealership pricing. That means we are targeting new car owners. So if someone just got a car and they've seen the prices for dealership, which is like 2,000-3,000, they won't be happy. But with us, they save the money. But we are still targeting people that have the money. So we can sell it not for 500, but for 1,000, 1,500. And they will not bat an eye. It's a whole different clientele to deal with, right? Next off. For creatives and ad copy, we can be using Canva. CapCut, those two are the best. If you don't have ideas how to write the copy, use ChatGPT, but never just copy the text as it is. Try and use the research that you had previously done and give it points. Never copy it like straight up one-to-one because people will notice and they will not be clicking that. Another good way to check if your copy is good is use something called Hemingway Editor. So if your copy is harder to read than grade level 3, which is like the primary school, it will be more difficult to convert it. So I always copy my copy to Hemingway, and I check if it's on or below grade level 3 to read. And in terms of inspiration, I use something called foreplay.co. So it's like Facebook ads library, but on steroids. So what you can do, you can look up your competitors, top 10 in the area. You can go to Facebook ads library. You can copy paste their Instagram handle or Facebook handle, and you can see what they do. Or you can simply just type in your industry. So teeth whitening, ceramic coating, and you can see what people are doing. So this software just allows you to like save it, and so you can just have the whole library like right in front of you. The other thing I use is TikTok. If something goes well and viral on TikTok, chances are it will work on an ad as well. And you can just copy, paste, do the same style of video, and you're out to get high CTR. Now, once you have the ads, once you have some creatives, we will talk about split testing it. So what people bite into in your specific area, right? So we can test videos versus images. What do people like more? Do people spend more time watching the video? Does it have higher engagement? Or do people prefer images, right? All of those little things we'll be checking in, and I'll show you at the end. Where do you bleed money? Do people click the creative but not submit the form? Do people click the creative, click the copy but don't submit the form? That sort of stuff. So creative is the first thing people see, and this is the most important one. Second one is hook. So this is the very first thing people see after the creative. So if this is a good creative but bad hook, people will just scroll through, right? We need to make sure it's relatable. So if the ad is trying to teach people about protecting a vehicle, it only makes sense that the hook says exactly the same thing, right? The next most important thing is copy. So copy should always be aligned to what is on the creative. If it's not, then people will be clicking off, right? And the last thing is call to action. So is the higher quality people coming in through send messages? Is it through Facebook forms? All of those things will have to be tested. And after you get those leads, the most important thing is you have to get back to them within 5 minutes. Leads that are not contacted within 10 minutes, the chances you catch them, they tank. So for example, I was texted at dealership. They got back to me around an hour, 20 minutes later. So if I'm on Google, if I'm on Facebook, any kind of brand, and I'm looking for something, I'm higher intent, and they are not replying, then that's it. I'll move on to the next person. And it's very important to be persistent with this, because if the business operates 9 to 5 and the prospects were 9 to 5, if you call them and they don't pick up, just try after 6, all of those little things end up to sales. And a lot of the times people are complaining the leads are bad, the leads are low quality, etc. But they're contacting them like a day after, and it's just an SMS, not even a phone call. So very important thing. Now, I'm going to move on to my Facebook dashboard. I'll show you how I set up my campaigns. I will walk you through the KPIs, all the metrics, what to look out for when running Facebook ads. And you'll have access to the Notion file after the video. And once I walk through the Facebook dashboard, Q&A time. So let me move right to it. So this is one of my clients' dashboards. To make a basic Facebook campaign, all you would have to do is go here, right? Create. We'll be editing this one. Let's say we want to target subprime leads. And then unless you're dealing with finances, you can leave this empty. We have to put credit. Then running countries, whatever your country is, always run for leads. Facebook will give you exactly what you want. So if you want awareness, don't expect any conversions. If you want engagement, it will give you comments, it will give you likes, but it will not get you conversions. If you want sales, go for sales. Those two, I leave those fully off. And moving on to the actual ad set, always try and start with lowest hanging fruit, that being instant forms or messenger. Anything that keeps people in the platform will be cheaper. And when you're first starting out, you have to see what people like. So you won't go for a website right away. So in terms of naming, let's see, inventory ad. Right in here, you select your Facebook page and maximize number of leads. So I've got it set to conversions because we've already run a lot of those ads and we just want higher quality. But if you're starting out, always go for maximum number of leads. So you will have way less quality, but Facebook will figure out faster who is your target audience. And from there, you can just optimize. Budget is up to you, but I would recommend at least 20, 25 bucks per day. And that should get you out of the learning phase so Facebook can optimize your ads. Now, in terms of audiences, we do targeting through the copy, the creative, and the call to action. So we just let Facebook algorithm do its job. So you pick the location. You want to pick, let's say, New York City. And let's say we're going for 50 miles. So at this point, if you have done your research on justice maps, you can simply just zoom it in and you can drop a pin, let's say in Clinton. Oops. I meant to exclude that. Well, guess not. So this is how you target the New York Clinton County at this point. I meant to go with New York. Leave the age fully broad, so 18 to 65. Facebook will figure out. So if you're targeting, let's say, males 40 to 50, let it figure out. If 18-year-olds are not interested in this, Facebook will figure it out faster than you, right? Detailed targeting, leave it open. Languages, leave it fully open. Advantage placements, leave that open as well, because if you don't, Facebook will not let you transfer the likes. So if we've got this campaign, right, and we have, let's say, 50 likes, 20 comments, if we turn that off and we try to copy it, they will not let us. So we just leave that open. Leave this as it is. And then moving on to the ads. Subprime SUVs, you'll select your Facebook page, select your Instagram account. If you've got one connected, on this one we don't, we're on ads on Facebook. And then you just select single image or video. You can create a carousel, but I would start with single images. And then we'll just go here, add media. You can add whatever creatives you want. Just go next. And then all that stuff, you can leave it on. It will improve your conversions. Click done. Okay, and then this is the copy we'll be trying. So we put that in here, right? Then we've got the headline. And then you can go for learn more. This is what I use most of the time because it just gets curious people that we are then able to pass through the Facebook form. And I'll show you what we are doing next. So at this bit, you will be creating a Facebook form. And this is one of the easiest ways to get leads. I'll show you how one looks like. So this will be using the creative that is in the ad. Make sure this is relatable to the actual ad content and the creative, because people will be clicking off if they see something that's fully unrelated. So if on the ad I'm targeting people with bad credit, and on the form I say 600 plus credit, a bit of a disconnect, so they'll be clicking off. And then in here, we are asking them very basic questions. So like I said, we are targeting people on the top of the funnel. So are they employed? Do they have a down payment today? Length of employment? And we are letting Facebook fill in this information. Now, use this with caution because this is whatever Facebook has in the cookies. So if someone has seen the ad on Facebook, they'll just use Face ID. And if they have old cookies on the phone, they might put a wrong phone number, which is why a lot of people say Facebook doesn't work because it has fake leads. No one goes out of their day and gives you their fake info. So if you see a lot of fake leads, you would just turn the autofill on and you would set the phone number and the email right here as a actual question. Now, once they review it, most people just say like, oh, thank you for submitting the form. What you should be doing instead is getting people lower and lower in the funnel. So even though we are asking them for very basic information on the ad, at the end of it, we say something like, stop, if you want to get pre-approved faster or right now and drive tomorrow, go to this landing page. At which point we are getting them to the landing page where they give us probably 15 questions on a survey. Now, this is form, this is survey. And after that, we direct them to the calendar. So this is even lower in the funnel. So this is kind of how you can get the cheapest leads on Facebook, but also increase their quality. And this strategy is great for someone like intermediate. If you're beginners, just leave that open. You can redirect them to your Instagram. That works great as well. Especially if you're selling people that like about aesthetics, so like med spas, cars related stuff. If they see social proof, if they see a lot of happy customers in your comments, they will swarm to you, right? Now, let me walk you through how to analyze your campaign. So first thing you will be looking at is click-through rate. This pretty much means somebody's seen your ad and they clicked on it at any point, right? Interactions. This should be always around like 2%. If it's below, it's bad, I would change it. 1% and below, throw the ad to the bin. 3% and above is pretty good. The next thing we've got is click-through for links. So this should always be around 50% of CTR all. So like you see this one, it's a bit below, but it's still acceptable. This one's pretty good. So always try and keep this half of that. And this will vary on your copy. So if on the creative you say you sell bananas and then on the copy it says you sell apples, people will not be clicking through, they'll just get confused. So make sure at every step of the customer's journey, they see the same thing over and over. So people with bad credit on the creative, people with bad credit on the hook, on the copy, on the form, and you're guiding people through a laser focused funnel. Now, what I also do, I set up a custom conversion, which is like leads divided by link clicks. And that just lets me know, do I need to optimize the form? Do I need to optimize the creative, the copy? And it's like all over. Next up, we've got frequency. So this is how many times somebody has seen your ad. Make sure this is always below 5. At which point, if people see too much of your ad, it will increase the cost to show your ad to more people. So you'll be spending more money and getting less leads. If you're spending about $50, $100 for a local business, this will go up a bit faster, at which point you just need more creatives, right? Next off, we've got CPM. So this is how much does it cost you to show your ad to 1,000 people. And the lower it is, the better. But what affects it is the frequency. Is your ad good? Are people interacting with your ad? So what you could do, for example, if you're selling, I don't know, dog toys, and somebody says, oh, well, actually, my dog could use it. You know, instead of saying, okay, cool, here's the link, you can just say, well, show us your dog, right? So one person will send a dog, and other people will come in and say, oh, the dog is so cute. Let me send my dog. All this engagement under an ad will cause the CPM to drop. So you show the ad to more people convert. As simple as that. And I use something called DCO, so Dynamic Creative Optimization. That means we are able to have Facebook decide what is better for us. And as you can see, we've got different vehicles. This is what we're mainly testing here. And you can see that the one on top is decent. The red one is the best. Nobody wants this car. At which point, Facebook will just direct more money to cars that are clicking. Because as you can see right here, it costs us different amounts of money to show the same car to more people. So you just let Facebook rock and roll it. And how to set it? Whenever we are in the Adsets, you would have to take this box off. So it's under campaign level, Adsets, and you just take this box on. And how it looks like on this end, this is turn on. And in the copy and the asset I've set, we've had 1 image, but in here you're able to put up to 10. Same goes for copies, same goes for headlines, and you just let Facebook rock and roll it. So I think half an hour is up already. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the Q&A box and we'll get to it. Yes, will be shared. Try and ask questions in the Q&A chat because the webinar will be, I don't think everyone will be seeing it. Yes, for tourism, I would recommend Google. Yes, so images have way higher click-through rates, but with videos, you're able to put like a face behind the brand. So, for example, we sell cars, so people think salesmen are shady, not the best experience, they are always pushy. So, what helps us a lot is build somebody up as an authority in the space. So, just building a warm image, like a photo or a video of a car salesman of the customer just saying, hi, this is Joanne. Joanne just bought a car. And then let her speak, show the keys, show the car, build warm image. It looks like it's a organic post. So that will increase your click-through rate, in which case it will make the ads cheaper. For Facebook ads, for a real estate ad recommend Facebook ads, building company. So for Google, it will be higher intent, shorter sales cycle. For a building company, Facebook can work, but it will depend on the area. So for example, if we've got like solar panels, some areas are just so, like everybody's doing ads. So advertising on Facebook will not work at all. In which case you have to seek like other advertiser platforms like Google. Uh, but what you can do for a building company, you can go to Facebook Ads Library and you can just see what people are doing. And you can look when was the ad posted, and that will show you, okay, if this has been running for 2 months, 3 months, that means it's working. Nobody's wasting money on Facebook, so they would cut it short. Another good thing you can do, you can just look up, let's say, real estate or building company. You can look up best real estate agencies, best construction company agencies. Then you would go to like the clients, testimonials, you can see what are they doing. You go on Facebook Ads Library, you see what those clients are running. And with this in mind, you can just get an idea, like what is their logic, what is the funnel? You can funnel hack them. Uh, Dynamic ad. Yes, so with dynamic creative optimization, you just let Facebook run it. So let me close that one. So DCO is just letting Facebook fully run it. So this one spent 64 bucks, but you see that Facebook decided that this is the winner. So it's spending most money on that one. And this is very beginner friendly because I've been running ads. So for example, for detailing, I know what type of ad works and what converts. And sometimes like Facebook is not perfect, right? Sometimes it's wrong. But if I know because I've run it through multiple accounts and I know like this specific ad works better and brings highest quality leads, I will go and set it up manually. So I will create one ad set with one specific thing, like maybe free window tinting with each ceramic coating. And I will run it as an ad set. And that means Facebook will spend 100% of the money that I put it towards, right? With this, it doesn't have to, right? So you see that 64 bucks, 34 spent on this single creative. So this is the most beginner-friendly thing you can do. And then you just double down on it. But with doubling down, make sure that you don't increase the budget more than 20% at once, because it will just kill your ads. Like Facebook algorithm is learning, so you'd have to bump it up slowly, like 3% per day, something like that. And then more info on how to run split tests. Like I've got a whole Notion file that will show you exactly how you can split test, what you can split test, and how to decide who's the winner. So the whole setup, like how to run Facebook ads, is on Notion that will be shared after the call. And yeah, I do Adset CBO. So, and then where's the Q&A tab? Kickstart campaign. Yeah, I mean, depends what are you kickstarting. Like the first thing you have to realize, where is your target audience sitting? Because if they're on TikTok, why put money on Facebook? You know, you have to do the research. Like we are selling cars, so we are targeting people 40 plus. They're with bad credit score. Those people live on Facebook. So this is our place, right? But if I'm targeting some e-com product, I would just push organic on TikTok. Facebook is not for everybody. This is mainly for local businesses. Yeah, 20, 45 females. Yeah, so that could work on Facebook. For music, I've got no idea, but I would imagine organic TikTok. Mm, mm, mm. Management, service, art, architecture. So this is sort of like construction as well, so that works on Facebook. But always try and look up like the top agencies in the space. So literally just go on Google, type in the best construction agency for marketing. You go to that, stalk your clients, funnel hack them, see what ads they run, see what forms they run, try and submit a form if they let you. On Facebook forms might not work, but on a landing page it will work all the time. And then you kind of see what is the first message? How soon do they call you? Do they have any like email nurturing, all that stuff? And you can just like don't copy it one by one because that's not nice. But you can 100% check one agency, second agency, third agency, and then you'll come up with your own style. When I was first running ads, I didn't know what I'm doing as well. So I just checked out TikTok, I checked out Facebook ads library, I checked out top agencies, and I kind of came up with my own style, and it works. So don't just copy one by one because that's not gonna get you anywhere. You want to learn anything that way. USP, 100%, but even more than that, put a face behind the company. So, like I was saying, make somebody operating the space. So, check out what your competitors are doing. And this is a specific case for detailing shops, right? So, if everybody's running image ads because they are shy to show their faces, etc., they all say the same stuff, ceramic coating, this is the price, whatever. You're not gonna cut it if you run the same ad. So what I would be doing is we take the owner, we tell him to teach people why, how it's done, why it's done, what's gonna happen to the car if they don't protect it, all of those little things. And then this is where you push videos. You make him an authority in the space. You're like a doctor, right? If you give people tips and run it as an ad, they are more likely to share it, right? Because you're saving them money. So for example, a very long-term strategy slash approach uh, for detailing would be, and let me give you a bit more context. Those guys have three main services. So there's detailing, which is like 300 bucks, ceramic coatings, which is like 500 to 2000, and there is PPF, which goes like 2000, 6000, 10,000 sometimes. And how you want to target the newest car owners, it will be difficult. So instead of running an ad for PPF, which is paint protection film, what you could do instead, you can make up a lead magnet, which is like a checklist on what to do, what to check for when picking up a new car. And you can just let people download it. You get their phone, you get their email, you call them up, you introduce yourself. And then they don't have the car yet. They might not have the car for 6 months, right? But if they take the checklist, they print it out, they go to the dealership, and then they're like, hey, I got this checklist, I'm checking the car, and there's some scratches on the bumper, whatever. On your checklist, it says you can negotiate the prices, right? So then they negotiated $2,000, cheaper. What do you think they'll take that money to like wrap up the car? You, right? But it's a very long-term approach, and this is how you build your pipeline, like ages ahead. You have to like stay ahead of the competitors because nobody's doing it. I wouldn't change it based on season, but I would 100% go on Google and look up most sold vehicles in 2023 in XYZ area. And this is what I do as well. And that is in the guide as well. So if we are targeting a place where everybody is driving a truck, I'm not going to put a sedan on an image, right? And another thing for detailing again, you check the weather, because if I want to push the approach of protect your vehicle from UV, the sun, right? And in the area, it's only rain. Nobody will click that. But if I advertise like hydrophobic properties, so It rains, not a problem, you know, you don't have to wash the car, it will wash itself. Uh, that will work. So it all goes into the research before running the ads and knowing your target audience. So you can save yourself a lot of money if you simply just interview people that are your ideal customers. So Reddit, Quora, TikTok, your friends. You could also go on Facebook groups, local Facebook groups, and see what people are complaining about. If they are recommending maybe some other dentists, like why are they doing it? Just hit them up and ask, you know, it doesn't hurt, but it will save you money. Free music sources for video ads. I don't really put music. I always have the owner just, well, you can use Facebook Music, that's one. Uh, but I always try and have the owner just do a voiceover. And this is like filtering out people that are just staring at a screen doing nothing versus people who are actively listening. And whatever it is that you're selling, always try and put yourself as the authority. So you run the ad, they fill in the form, they go to a landing page, get those people hyped up about the visit, you know, make some long form content. Like my clients were making 20-minute videos explaining what products they use, what polishers they use, what's going to happen to the vehicle that comes in, what to look out for. All those little things that just, if somebody watches that 20-minute video, they really won't go to anyone else. They already like you. They've seen what you do. They see that you're an expert, and they'll go with this. So, but yeah, I would use Facebook Music. That's like the easiest one. But I don't think it's that important. You can just roll with images. Toiletry product. Uh, mm, mm. Any other questions? Cool. So if there is no questions, Chloe, I think you can wrap it up, and then I will share the Notion. Oh, one more? Okay, cool. Um, do I do appointment setting as well or the clients? Okay, so if you're doing this for your clients, well, I use AI for this because you cannot really rely on clients being able to catch every single lead, and the speed to lead is too important to leave it to busy professionals, and that's the reality. If they've got a receptionist, that's cool, you can do it, but any type of local business owner, I would just do appointment setting for them and have it like fully done for you. Yeah, if there's no more questions, then we can just end. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Chloe, we can end it. That's fine.